Koy is an incredibly driven character. What would you say the cause or motivation in your own lives has been, like, that has driven you the most?
Being misunderstood.
Ooh, care to elaborate?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to say probably DNA. I think I have driven parents. And so, I'm not sure how much I always used to think that we control ourselves completely. And as I've gone on, and I have a friend who's like one of the top like geneticists in the world, and kind of like no, it's not. I'm saying he's convincing me that the DNA is controlling more of all of that, more of our personalities than we would like to believe. So I'm going with DNA.
To share, like, the kind of movie you'd like to watch and share it with the world, and hope that they sort of see it in a similar way.
Okay.
Is that,
Wow.
Yeah.
Well said. That's what I like about movie making too, is sharing some humor, that something that you think is funny, and then seeing the audience. I mean, obviously, oftentimes it doesn't work, but when they do react to it, it's like we all have the same understanding of things. It roots your place in the universe for a moment. Then the next shot comes up. But it happens in a wonderful way for filmmakers when you can make a movie that connects, like he's saying.
It's like that moment when you show somebody something you love and you're like waiting in anticipation.
Yeah.
Do you go to test screenings and do that to them? Like sit over their shoulders? And
The test screenings are terrifying, so it's not that experience. It's more like, I'm going to have a heart attack. They're not going to like my work.
Oh, yeah.
still to this day?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
Good, because when you
It
lose
is.
that, it's bad.
I mean, the
That's good
results
then.
are great, right? Like what it does, that you learn from it, that's amazing. But the process, terrifying
Yes.
and painful.
Yeah, it's necessary to have that communication with the audience. They don't understand what I'm showing them here. I got to explain it better. Or you put in step 1, 2, and 3, and the audience is going, we don't need step 2. We get it. Get past that, will you? So it's really a necessary conversation by showing your movie and taking the input and applying it where you think appropriate.
These are therapy questions, by the way.
I know. I'm like, I
The guys
know
were
I
super
talked
stumped
about
by
this
this.
last
Yeah.
week. For me, it's a combination of deep passion for what I love to do and the people I love, but also I have had the most incredible support from my family and friends, and that really fuels me when my tank is running low, because this industry and being an artist can be brutal, and so even my own conviction at times wouldn't be enough to push me over the edge. But yeah, so I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, I would say inner and spiritual growth. To me, everything is constantly about what's my experience, how am I growing from this, so I'm never satisfied. I'm always, trying to dig deeper and go further and, see wherever it takes me. But it's this inner drive that I've had since I was a kid. And it's hard to explain, but it's never quite fulfilled, because there is this thing of like, I need to grow and learn more and more. And maybe one day I'll realize I'm there, or maybe not. Maybe that's when death comes around. I have no idea. But yeah.
This is such a perfect segue into a question I love asking, and I'm going to have to reframe it for you. So how do you define, or can you define, personal success now versus earlier in your lives or careers? Or is that the constant search for you?
It's a constant search, because it definitely is not. I don't measure it by how well does a movie do, or yeah, exactly. But personal success can also be, you can tie it in with all of those things. So personal success is like the measure of, I don't know, happiness or well-being or love, or, for me, spirituality is a very big thing. So any of those, the people around me, my loved ones, like how we fare in communication and collaboration, all of that. Collaboration's a big one, I think, in recent years, where I just, you can be this one-woman show, but at some point it doesn't really add up to anything unless you do this in a loving, collaborative way with others. So that's where I'm at.
Like this.
Yes.
Beautifully put.
You can just say ditto if you want.
Ditto. Definitely ditto.
You can have multiple choice.
You can. Money, power, balance, box office. That's funny.
I'll take one of each.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Getting a movie made.
yeah, but it's not what you think it would be, right? So it's been quite a journey. Like I mentioned this before, my son was 1 when we started this. Now he's 8. I'm a different person now than when we started this.
All your shells
I'm an adult now for all intents and purposes. Yeah, it's horrible, and things changed, and it's good. And the stuff that was important to me 5 years ago is not so much important to me right now. So I'm enjoying this so much, but the things you would think are not the things that really are important right now.